Before we jump into today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Aoa.com. To buy runes, any item, weapon, or piece of armor in Elden Ring, check out the link in this video's description and use the code MGREZA at checkout for 3% off your purchase. R1's to move forward, but turning requires the stick, unless you can lock onto enemies and then attack in their direction. But what if there are no enemies around? You just keep moving forward until you hit a wall. This is why we need a bow, as when you aim with the bow it changes the direction you are facing, allowing us to change direction. Dodging backwards is also another faster option of moving around. Until you get near an enemy again, then you can lock on and start R1 attacking again. These are the rules of the playthrough. Let's see how far we can get. So my first big decision I needed to make was my starting class. Was I going to go samurai or bandit? I had to go one of them as I needed a bow. The bandit started with quickstep, which would make traversing the massive map 10 times faster, but the samurai starts with a katana that I plan to use later for a bleed build. Since quickstep can be found fairly early on and bought from a merchant, I decided to go with the samurai. From here, I just needed to get my flask and get out of the starting area. Let's skip forward ahead. I promptly opened the door and was graced by the son of Limgrave. I proudly punched my way to my first grace. Standing in front of me, my first challenge, the Tree Sentinel. A formidable foe for a level 1 noob. So I did what any brave tarnish would do and turned my back and butt bounced my way toward him. At this moment in time, I really didn't fancy my chances against him, so I thought I'd just try and sneak around the outside of him. Everything was going well until I came across my first nemesis, a brick wall. I wasn't sure how to get around this because I hadn't seen this part of the map before, but I just decided to go round and hope that somewhere there would be an opening. Luckily, my prayers were answered and I could get out into the main field and see my first enemy that I was going to be taking down. I tried my luck with the bow. Wait. My utter uselessness with the bow meant I only had one more option, blindly swing my sword at him and hope he walks into it. Luckily, he was into it. A few more butt bounces and I saw another guard. This guy, I thought I'd try my bow out again, and success. 2 guards down, many bunny hops later, we finally see our second sight of grace. Having spoken to Melina and gotten Torrent, I realised that I needed to get my summoning bell to be able to summon spirits in this area. So I quickly butt bounced my way over to the shrine where Rani is. We were finally ready for some combat. Things started well, so my confidence started to grow. A little too fast. Dazed like a deer in the headlights, I stood there, pondering what could have been had I not walked straight into the middle of this highly guarded area. After building up my runes to 800, I could afford to buy quickstep from the merchant. With a sense of achievement and the sun shining in my face, I happily moseyed on up the hill.
Hey there demons, it's me, your boy.
Arrows. Okay, I can deal with that. What? Dude, just be cool. Dude. Mother. So I kept trying. I can't believe he's done this. Pretend to be asleep. Pretend to be a tree. I've got it. My walls can distract him while I sneak up the mountain. They were not keen on the idea. Having tried many different methods, including zigzagging up the hill like this, I decided I've had enough arrows shot at me for today. Having lost all my runes and being defeated by this path, I was a little bit dejected. But then I remembered you can actually buy a dagger that has quickstep from the Roundtable hold, which might help me get up the hill. So I set off to get more runes. Got the sight of grace and went to the Roundtable hold. And I can't move. I can't believe it. I physically can't move. You can't attack in the Roundtable hold, so it was physically impossible to get to the vendor I needed to buy the dagger. At this point, I seriously regretted not picking the bandit at the start. I decided I was going to go all the way around the map, and on my way kill a giant dragon to get loads of runes and level up. With a new plan in mind, I set off with hopeful optimism that my adventure was going in the right direction. If I close my eyes, he won't see me.
No!
With my hopeful optimism crushed, I set off on my journey again. I will skip to the bridge because that's where I have my first difficulties. Having realised that it was impossible to sneak past these guys without jumping, I decided to kill them. Now just for the night. But before that, check out this last shot. Boom. Anyway, with the night, I decided we'll try to sneak past him. Not the best start. I thought, we're over the bridge now, we should be safe. But he just kept on coming. Luckily, a ledge came to my rescue. I just make my way further down this hill to the next site of grace. I'll speed this up. My first site of grace. Next up would be the first sacred tier, so another church. This bridge looks a little ominous. Should we go over, under? Let's go through. This was a bad idea, this was a bad idea. Why did I go through the middle? What even are these things? Just keep jumping. I need me some of that red drink. And we're safe. Oh, and and there's a giant there. Oh, awesome. Great. So let's go around that. Oh, and we actually can. Finally, some good news. The church should be just round this corner. I got the site of grace. I then headed to the next church, climbing a massive mountain, with this giant following me the whole way up. Are you kidding me? Why are there giants everywhere on this map? Wow, he really wants to kill me. There it is, my safe haven. No way. Not having come all this way, as if he's still hitting me up here. No! Having decided that route wasn't for me, I decided to go to Caelid. I also picked up the sacred tear and the flask of physic from here. I picked up the golden seed. No idea how I survived that. Or that. And again, I don't know how I'm avoiding all this. But it's good to finally have some luck on our side. And we managed to get the site of grace. Next up came this guy. Ah, so close. So I tried again. And again. And again. And again. Until... No, I've crossed the bridge. No, come on! Having finally been defeated again, I decided that I need to level this character before I can do anything else. So I turned around and I started farming here. I did this for about 20 kills until I had enough runes to level up my vigor. At this point I googled it and I found out that you could get quickstep from one of the foot soldiers on the bridge that we crossed earlier. This is a rare drop and it took me absolutely ages. This probably took 7 tries of me constantly butt bouncing back and forward to this bridge and killing these guys. This is the final run that actually dropped it. At this moment, I felt like that South Park episode where they were grinding boars on World of Warcraft to try and level their character. What do we do now? What do you mean? Now I can finally play the game. So I had my quickstep, the thing I've been trying to get all this time. What is this magical overpowered weapon? And what can it do? We can walk forward! Having finally got this item, I decided I would like to get the meteorite staff and the rock sling spell, as I feel long range items are the way to go as I've got limited mobility. So I made my way over to the lake area, as that's where I need to touch the chest to get into Caelid again. So I came to this cliff and I tried to do some parkour backwards. And for a change, everything actually worked out okay. Even though I did forget that these skeletons come back to life, I managed to get past them okay. This first top area wasn't too bad with my summons. The dogs actually did really well against most of these enemies. And getting downstairs to the rats was fairly easy. Now, I don't know why, but the rats actually killed me twice. First time, I didn't know they was there, ambushed me. Second time, I was just bad. Here's the passage. Now in Caelid Cave, it was painful. It was painful again. And again. And again. Until I got lucky. Finally, I could get out this cave and start looking for the items that I wanted. Having finally got to the lake, I found a new problem that I didn't think I'd have to contend with. Having always had Torrent in my main playthrough to walk through this lake, I didn't actually realise it caused scarlet rot buildup, so I had to quickly find a site of grace quickly before I died. And that didn't happen. Luckily, I got to the stake of Marika, and I could see the building in the distance where I could find the meteorite staff. Having finally got here with the help of the stake of Marika, having come up this way, I thought I wasn't going to be able to get this item, but luckily I managed to position myself in a way that I could pick it up. Next up was the spell Rock Sling. Having died multiple times, I realised that using the bow just wasn't good enough, so I had to use quickstep. So I got my quickstep out, and this is what happened. This area is so dangerous because your health is constantly going down with Scarlet Rot, but also you get poisoned by all the enemies as well, so it's two things killing you in one. But finally, I've made it into here. I just need to touch this chest down here, and then everything is good. Just a few hits to move forward, and then Y. Once I picked up Rock Sling, there we go. Everything's good. This is what happened the time before. Literally died laying next to the chest. I went back to my farming spot and I farmed some runes so I could equip the meteorite staff. Then it was back to my old nemesis at Stormgate. The Troll Giant. Here, all my extra vigor really showed. Look at the punishment I'm taking from all the arrows here. I even used the giant to smash me through some of the barricades where I get stuck. Now we're on the home straight. Also, I thought... and smashed through the last barricade. Right, just get away from him now. And we are there. We have managed to do something that I thought impossible. And we get another golden seed. And I completely forgot about these. Okay, just don't hurt me. Just let me through. Just let me go. Just just let me go. In fact, why am I running away? I could kill these guys. Yeah, I definitely should have done this from the start. Having waddled up the hill to the next site of grace, my eye gets distracted by a shiny dung beetle. So I head towards it and I try to kill it. I'm sure those explosions are nothing to do with me. Oh, thanks, my guy. What a ledge. Turns out he was not my guy. So I plotted my vengeance. Did I mean to sound the alarm? No. So with every god in the land notified of my location, I decided to fight my way through. Everything was actually going surprisingly well until I came across an old nemesis. 2 trees next to each other. What would I do? What could I do? I backed off, gave him the respect he needs, and went round. With the fight over, I couldn't quite believe the amount of men we'd just killed. But moving on, we had to keep going. I could only see one more man, but I really didn't want to throw it away here and have to kill all those men again, so I played it really safe and thought I would try and sneak round the outside and just get in the castle. Until I saw my guy.
Now you die.
Took a whack to the back of the head for my trouble, but then after that, we was on the home straight. Next up, the first boss. Having summoned Rogier, I stared down my foe. Mainly because I couldn't walk towards him.
You suck!
So I decided to try a new approach. Quickstep. The thing that took us so long to get at the start of the game, we're going to start using it now. Everything that we've gone to go and find, the meteorite staff, rock sling, we're going to put into action now. How many bosses is that down now? 1. What? How long has this taken?
I'm an adult virgin.
If you want me to carry on this series, please give the video a like, because it takes a lot of effort for me to put these videos together. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, see you next time.